What's up, interwebs? It's your girl. As you may have heard, I'm releasing a single on the 25th of October. It's called Disappear. It's gonna be a banger. And I'm super excited. It's been like over a year since I've released music. This song, it's been a long time coming. So what I want to do is I want to share a little bit about the process, about how it came to be, why it took a year. So what I'm going to do is what I'm calling Disappear in 5. So 5 1-minute videos, just sharing a little bit about the process, because it's a long road, lads. Music takes a long time from writing it here in this very bedroom to like seeing the light of day. So if there's anything you want to know about Disappear, let me know. Slide into my DMs. And yeah, I'll be sharing part 1 tomorrow. See you then. Mwah. What's up, interwebs? It's your girl here with part 1 of Disappear in 5. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I wrote the song, the writing process. So this story begins like most songs begin, in someone's bedroom. And I get a lot of ideas like right when I'm about to fall asleep. I don't know, it's really weird. Maybe my brain's like entering some kind of like freer realm or something. But then it's this mental battle of like, am I going to get up out of my nice warm bed and record a voice memo of the song, or am I just gonna like fuck it and fall asleep and maybe miss out on a #1 hit? But yeah, I recorded this riff one night, and it kind of sat on my phone for a long time, and I think everyone can kind of relate to what the song deals with, and that's disappearing, being the one who tends to disappear or have someone disappear on you. And this kind of happened to me. And I think it kind of happening to me was the impetus to kind of sit down and flesh out the song. And once I did that, the words flew really, really fast. It just came together really quickly with this kind of riff as the backbone of it. I was studying songwriting at the time, and I used this song to audition for an EOT at BIM. I remember bringing it to the band and it just coming together really quickly. It just feeling really natural and coming together really quickly from the start. And it's always been really fun to play. We've always really enjoyed playing it since then. I still have a video of us playing it for the first time. And I was gonna post it like to go along with this kind of part 1 of the series. But it's like really cringe, and like at the time we're like, oh yeah, it's so good, and like now I'm like, I don't really want that to be your first exposure to the song. Maybe I'll post it after the release, after you kind of realize you like the song. But yeah, for now, follow me on Spotify. Kind of listen to my old stuff if you haven't yet. So you can stay updated with what's happening, and I'm gonna be posting a teaser of the song on Monday. See you later. Mwah. What's up, interwebs? It's your girl here with part 2 of Disappear in 5. And that's 5 1-minute, usually more than 1-minute videos, explaining a little bit about the process of Disappear and how it came to be. So today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the recording process, usually the second step in the process. And a grand reveal that I'm going to make right now is that Disappear was actually recorded at the same time that we recorded my EP. And at the time, it was this like very clever thing. We thought we were being very clever, like, oh yeah, we're just recording the EP, wink, wink. But really, we were recording. So we recorded the 3 songs, and we recorded a single. Thinking ahead. So that was the plan. The plan was the EP by the summer, and then the single by Christmas. That was the plan. So yeah, I got back to Dublin in the fall, like about a year ago. And obviously that didn't happen. And yeah, so I got back a year ago and like wanted to release a song or whatever, and it just wasn't slapping. And the song's like really fun to play live, because it is groovy, like, and it has a good groove, but it just wasn't coming through in the song. And I guess I just kind of like, I want to keep pushing myself with my music, you know. I want everything I put out to be better than what I put out before. Because at the end of the day, like, it's me who's gonna have to listen to this song for the rest of my life, and it's gonna haunt me forever. My kids are gonna want to listen to it, and blah blah blah. Most people will forget about it by then. But I want to be happy with it forever, and like I want to be proud of it, 10 years down the line or more. And so yeah, I met this really good producer. His name's Ayad. He's great, and we were chilling at Windmill Lane where he goes to school, and we were just kind of like chatting. And I was telling him about the song and how it's kind of just not slapping. It's not as groovy as it. It just doesn't do the song justice, I think, especially like do justice to how it sounds when we play it live. And especially like one of the main problems I had with it were the vocals. And even as a singer, I feel like a year or whatever, how many months later from when I recorded, 8 months later or whatever, no, nearly a year later from when I recorded Disappear originally, I feel like my singing kind of skills had even improved, and I kind of wanted to highlight that as well. So he was kind of like, do you want to just like jump in the booth and record it? And I was like, yeah. Like I was like, right now. He's like, yeah, sure, just hop in there. And he's great. He's a fantastic sound engineer and producer, and I was really happy with how the vocals sounded. And like usually, like I stress about vocal sessions for months like that. I think like that's the worst part of recording, my least favorite part, because like that top line vocal is so important, and like it's just so important to nail it. And like in order to nail it, you have to rest and you have to do vocal warm-ups and prepare, and usually in that process I end up stressing myself out more than necessary and getting all nervous about it. But the fact that he was just like, yeah, just let go, give it a shot, was great because I didn't have time to stress. And that studio too is beautiful. I'll post a few pictures of the recording process, as well as recording in Windmill and recording. And then the last bit of recording we did was Eunice and I re-recorded the backing vocals, just like in her bedroom. And yeah, it was really fun. And another thing I wasn't really digging on the original mix of the track was the backing vocals, because Eunice's vocals are just so lovely and haunting and gorgeous. And when we recorded them, and kind of even like just listening back to the rough takes, it's just like, yes, like just really like her voice just blends so nicely, and that kind of like really represents like the kick sound. So yeah, so that's part 2 of Disappear in 5. The pre-save link to Disappear is in my in my bio. I'll be releasing a clip of the track on Monday. See you again. Bye. And I'll post a few pictures of the recording process as well tomorrow. What's up, interwebs? It's your girl here with part 3 of Disappear in 5, and I'm super excited because today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the aesthetic history of Disappear. My brother, Simon, is my graphic designer. He's done a bunch of my single arts and album arts and stuff in the past, and he's fantastic. He was always super patient with me. We went back and forth for months about the idea about Disappear. So many different ideas were thrown around. I kind of thought I knew what I wanted in my head, and it ended up being quite different. It ended up taking a hot minute for this idea to form, and I want to show you some of our drafts that we went through today. So this is my initial idea. I showed it to my brother, and he was like, oh, it's kind of boring. So then we experimented with some kind of image disappearing over the text. Wasn't really feeling this either, so I was scrolling through some photos, some travel photos, and this one I took in Germany, and I really liked, really dug the roses, kind of like red, sexy, thorny. I liked this like kind of dying rose here, this baby rose here, and this big beautiful rose here. So we experimented with some text overlaid. This one with kind of the text disappearing, and some double exposures. And then I kind of came to realize that I think the problem was with the image. It just wasn't kind of doing what I wanted it to do. So in Madrid, I actually took some new photos of some roses. Julia Cavelli and I, we were there, wandered into this beautiful rose garden, and she was kind of in this photo blocking light here and kind of holding the roses together at the back there. So shout out to her. So I sent this to my brother, and along with this kind of drawing of this idea, where I think the text could work better over this image. He sent this back to me, and I was like, yeah, that's the one. Like, we're on the right path. And like, this was a process, like the song, like all kind of creating like life, like as you can see. This was a process, and it kind of took us a minute to get to where we wanted to be, but it is just kind of about trusting the process, trusting that you're on the right path, and that you're going to kind of get there eventually. So my brother sent me back with a few of these, and they're just deadly. Like, there's this one. Experimented with some different rose placements, some different colors, and then this overlay kind of disappearing situation, and then we ended up at the final product. So yeah, let me know what you think. Did we make the right choice? Did we choose the right album cover? Let me know if you liked one better. The pre-save link to Disappear is in my bio. Thanks very much for tuning in. Mwah. What's up, interwebs? It's your girl here with part 4 of Disappear in 5, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the release strategy behind Disappear. Does anyone remember in 4th year when I used to rock the mohawk? I'm going to do it for this video. As you may have heard me talking about, I've developed something called the Red Vine Records release strategy, and it's basically helping independent artists release music. This idea kind of came to me from my own experiences, not really knowing how to release music. Seeing my friends around me, artists at BIM, at Waveform, have really good music, but just not know how to release it or market it properly. So in the spring, I started developing this idea, started learning more, teaching myself a lot, and developing this strategy. And pretty quickly, I was working with other artists, helping them release music. There's just so many different elements to a release, so many different things to think about, and it can just be tough to just keep on top of it all. So a big focus, as you may have seen from my spam on my socials the last little while, is a strong content strategy. It's a big part of releasing music independently. The main focus behind the RVR release strategy is just sharing the process and kind of sharing the story behind the song. It usually takes ages for these things to come together. There's just so many different components to release, which is why I made this strategy, right? So that it would kind of structure and streamline the process. To kind of help people keep sane throughout the process, and to have fun with it too, because that's kind of why we all started making music in the first place, is because we enjoyed it. So my idea then was to release Disappear using my own strategy, because that's the ultimate trust, right? If I believe in the strategy so much that I'll put my own music through it, and I'm glad I did, because it's easy enough to say to the artists I work with, go ahead there now, talking to your phone, and discuss all these super personal things and put them all on the internet. And it's tough, and I'm glad that I kind of had to do it myself, and to learn from the artist's perspective. So I'm glad that I finally had the courage to take my own advice and to follow my own release strategy. As you may have heard, I'm doing a big giveaway, giving away a bunch of these cool new stickers. All you have to do is pre-save the single, take a screenshot, send it to me, and you'll get a couple of these to your mailbox. What's up, interwebs? It's your girl here with the final installation of Disappear in 5. Thank you so much for tuning in over the last few weeks as I told the story behind Disappear. I talked about the writing, the recording, the aesthetic history, and the release process, where I finally had the courage to take my own advice and follow my own release strategy. And this is the final installment with some final thoughts. And yeah, it can be scary. Like, it's putting yourself out there on the internet. And I'm glad I got a chance to experience that vulnerability firsthand, because your music becomes a part of you, you know? It's your baby. And being so exposed and being so vulnerable on the internet, it's a scary thing, especially when you've mulled over a release for so long like I have. There's pressure, mostly from myself, for it to be perfect and to get it right. And it's a vulnerable thing, you know, like asking your own network for support. Thank you guys for all the support you've given me over the last little while. It really means a lot to me. But that apprehension is what keeps so many projects and songs from being released. At some point, you just kind of got to take a chance. Freedom lies in being bold, so be bold. And music doesn't just appear, you know, like it can feel that way. It can feel like this totally autonomous, detached thing. But there's usually a massive backstory about how a melody in someone's head then became a song on the radio or a song on Spotify. It's a long road, especially for independent artists. There's so many barriers, as you can imagine, usually time, financial, knowledge, help, distribution, etc. But that's kind of why I started this whole release strategy thing, was just to encourage people to tell that story, give that access, sharing the process, and trusting that the process is going to get you to where you need to be. Yeah, so thank you so much for listening as I shared that press list over the last little while. Thanks again so much for the support. Disappear is out tomorrow. I can't believe it. It's finally here in like an hour and a half. Nearly 2 years since I wrote the song. A year and a half since we recorded it. Loads of hours of work. 3 weeks of a release process. And spamming you all with content. Last chance for free merch. All you have to do is pre-save it. Send it to me. Yeah, thank you so much. See you on the other side.